guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special prep with me because we are preparing to go to Disney World at Christmas. We are counting down the hours until we hit that big, beautiful Disney World sign. So join me as I get everything ready for this magical adventure. I'll be sharing my personal to-do list, transportation to and from the airport, and I have a lot of reminders of what not to forget, but also some tips and tricks to make your travel day and Disney vacation perfect. This morning we woke up, had some breakfast, then headed off to our very favorite hairstylist, got some manis and petties to get our nails in the Christmas spirit. Then our first stop and favorite budget-friendly tip for easy travel, the Dollar Tree. I love letting Annie go crazy in there and get things to occupy her for the plane. Now we are home and ready to complete our to-do list because we have less than 24 hours until our travel day to Disney World. So let's check some things off our to-do list. Let's just dive on in, throw that to-do list up on the screen, and let me kind of go through this and we'll go through the entire thing together. First up, I need to order groceries. This is going to be one of our shorter trips because we're going to go there for the parties specifically. So we'll be going home a lot faster than what we normally do. But I do like to order groceries whenever we are at Disney World. So we can go through Amazon Prime and order them and they can be delivered to our resort. And then we have to pack. So I'm going to have a marathon pack with me. So make sure if you've not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button because you're going to want to watch that marathon pack with me because I'm actually interested myself on how well that's going to go because we literally leave in like less than 24 hours. We're going to update our My Disney Experience app. This is very crucial, so stick around for that. We're going to confirm our party tickets, making sure that they're in our My Disney Experience app. We have to confirm our airport transportation, and I'll go through that as well of who I prefer, who I might not necessarily prefer. And we need to charge our electronics, fans, magic bands, or any types of gears or gadgets that we bring. And then I need to check into our flight. I've got to go to Kroger to get some gift cards for some money saving tips with that. We have to take the trash out because nobody wants to leave and come back to a house that stinks because of trash. I'm going to go through our snack bag and show you what we're going to pack. And then also, speaking of packing, Annie said that she is going to lead her portion of packing up her backpack for the plane. So I'm really excited about that part. So make sure that your kiddos come and watch her. One of my friends out there, Weston, if you're watching, hello. He says that he always loves to watch Annie. So if you're like Weston, go out there, grab your kiddos, and let's watch Annie pack her travel bag. It should be pretty funny. And then we've got to check the weather. We need to spray our Uggs because the leather, we don't need the rain to ruin them. And I believe that there's a hurricane close by, so there might be some scattered showers while we're down there. So we've got to spray and protect our Uggs. And hair, we've already got our hair. Oh, I skipped our airplane goodies. We've already went to the Dollar Tree, so we can mark that off. Hair and mani-pedi, sorry. And then speaking of airplane goodies and toys, I ran into Target the other day as well to grab her some surprise goodies just in case I need them that I'll be able to put in my bag. And then I need to do some laundry. I've already done my multi-day lightning lanes, so I've already selected those. You can do those 7 days out, and I'll show you when we're updating my Disney Experience app. I'll show you what I got as well and my thought process behind what I've done and etc. And I'll show you my stroller accessories because if you've watched my last stroller setup, I decorated it for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Now I'm decorating it for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party and Jollywood. It's going to be adorable. So stick around for that. And then I've got to film a collab box opening and I need to go to UPS for a return from Amazon. So got a lot of things to do with a short amount of time. So I'm going to enjoy my caffeine. Go ahead and grab your caffeine. Go ahead and grab your favorite drink. Let's sit back and prep for Disney World together. So first up, we probably need to start charging our things.
All the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the mistletoe.
Earlier, I had mentioned we're going to make sure that your My Disney Experience app is going to be updated, as well as your Magic Bands. Now, before we get to the My Disney Experience update and your Magic Band update, we have to charge them. So let's go ahead and just charge all of our electronics that we need. So first things first, we're going to put our Magic Bands on the charge just to ensure that it's 100%. Now, if you do have these and you accidentally forgot to charge them up, it's okay. They will still work. You'll still be able to get into the parks, but you just won't get the vibrations and the colors and the fun that comes with like the parties and the shows. This just adds an extra little magic. While I'm holding these as well, you need to make sure that you're grabbing these bands for you and your child. Annie has never lost her Magic Band. I have lost my Magic Band without this band. So these are super, super easy. They make them from having to snap off, in which they definitely can. It's happened to me in Hollywood studios. And then in addition to, if you have a child, make sure that these guys are a little bit harder to get off. So this is Annie's Magic Band. This one right here, and this one is mine. So let's go ahead and charge these guys up. Next necessity that I absolutely have to have, I do not travel anywhere without it, and I definitely don't go to a Disney park without it. I have a portable charger. This one is my favorite. Now, I've had a couple of the other ones that are not as great, and or they just don't hold the charge for as long. So this one I love. In addition to why I love it is that this guy can actually plug into the wall. So I don't need an additional cord. As you can see from my electronics bag, I've not kept up with the cords very well. So it is what it is. Before we pack, we'll get it all organized. If it's driving you crazy, like it drives me crazy, but this is just one way to keep life easier. You can use this on your phone. You can use it for your fans that you're bringing into the park if they're dying. You can really use this anyway because it has 3 different ports. It does work on my iPhone, it would work on an Android, and all my other electronic devices. It's amazing. So we're gonna make sure that this guy is charged up, ready to go before our travel day tomorrow. Speaking of fans, this is the mother of fans. I love this guy. We've used this on 2 different trips now, and I used it on Annie's soccer games whenever it was really hot, and I would just attach it to my chair to blow at me. Thing I love about it is it's big, and it's gonna go on the very top on the handle so it can blow up me. So you can adjust it because the parents need to be taken care of too. Annie will have her own fan. This is Annie's fan. She prefers the handheld. Now, I have had a smaller stroller fan for her, and she just simply does not care for it. So this guy she loves. It has a ring on the back to where she can hold it or we can hold it. I've got a yellow one, so I've used this walking around or standing in line. These are really, really convenient for that because they also are gonna fit into my fanny pack. So love these. And of course, for the occasion, we've got the Mickey Mouse. In addition to this fan, this guy comes off too. So we're talking about portable and being able to like stand in lines. Now this guy is probably not going to stand in line with you because it's so big and then you gotta ride the ride. But it is nice if you just wanna take it off and make it really closer to your face to feel the wind. It's gonna work. And you just put it on, and it snaps right in place. So I like some ease going through the parks in the heat. And it is November going to Christmas. So I actually am bringing my hot gear. It's supposed to be like in the 80s. So if we need a small breeze, that's fine. 80s should be actually fantastic for us, but you can never be too careful. And you definitely don't want to play with the heat. Another one of my favorite electronics is my portable sound machine. This is amazing. So ever since Annie can't sleep without a sound machine, I need it now more than Annie does. So this is fantastic just for my sanity and being able to sleep, and I need something in the background, and most Disney resorts don't have a fan going, so it's really, really nice to listen to. In addition to that, so some resorts that we have stayed at, they are louder than others, and that's just a simple fact, and that's okay, but I do like to drown it out. So staying at Pop, it's actually one of my favorite resorts, but it does get a little bit louder, specifically around whichever part of the resort that you're staying at, and the doors are to the outside versus the Yacht Club or the Grand Floridian or like one of your deluxe resorts. So you've got like an inside hallway. So I feel like those resorts are a little bit quieter, again, depending on like what room you have. But again, regardless of what room that I'm staying in, I'm always bringing this sound machine with me. So I'm going to make sure that it is also charged up. My last necessity, and actually one of the best sellers on my Amazon storefront, is my multi-USB port where I put all the USBs in and it plugs into one plug-in at the resort. Typically, I put it on top of the dresser when we get there, and all of your USB ports go into the portal. So if you have a large family and or like a family of 3, even for us, it is super, super helpful because 3 Magic Bands plus 3 to 4 fans. We've got a sound machine. We've got chargers for our phone or a laptop or batteries, all the things. It's going to keep the cords from being scattered all over your room. You've got 2 ports by one side of the bed, 2 ports by the other side of the bed. Then you've got another port by, across the room. Like everything's going to be everywhere. This way, whenever you get to your resort, you'll have one electronic station. So like I said, mine's always on top of the dresser underneath the TV. And I have a portal where I just come back to the resort, take everything off of the stroller, get our Magic Bands, and go to one location and charge everything up. That thing is a necessity. It makes life so easy. So that's where I'm charging everything through. And again, I'm not having everything scattered all over the house either. As I stroll, I just got an alert from my Disney Experience app talking about the direct to room. And I know this wasn't in the plan to talk to you guys about, but just in case I have some friends out there that are like, what are you talking about? Or what is this notification? The direct to room. So you don't necessarily have to go to the front desk whenever you get to your resort. You can actually go through the My Disney Experience app and check in. There you can also ask for requests. So whether you want a room close to the Skyliner or a room close to the main lobby, or you need a king size bed, or you want a ground floor. There's different variables to each resort of what you can request. Again, it's just a request. It doesn't mean that you're actually going to get it. I do prefer getting a travel agent though, because they do all that hard work for you from like a request standpoint. And if you are in the market for a travel agent, I can give you my travel agent or I know lots of travel agents out there. Make sure that you do check in through your My Disney Experience app because you don't have to go to the desk, the front desk, to be able to go to your room. So whenever you check in on your app, you can just show room number and it will show you your room number and you can go straight there. You can either unlock your door through your phone or your Magic Band. So we always keep our Magic Bands close by, like in a pocket that I can grab those out. So whenever we arrive to our resort, we can go straight to our room. It also lets you know when your room is ready. So let's say that you arrived to Disney World early. You're going to get a notification. Your room is ready and you can go again directly to that room. So make sure that you check in on your My Disney Experience app if you want to make life easy. And then that way you can get your alert whenever your room is ready and you can go straight there. Let's go ahead and get our grocery delivery squared away and I will show you how to do it all. The most important part of this process is to ensure that the right address is put in. So you're going to need to figure out what the address is of your resort if you're staying on Disney World property. If you're not staying on Disney World property, you probably already have your address of like an Airbnb, etc. But for this particular circumstance, we're going to grab the address really quick before we jump into the grocery delivery. So on the Disney My Experience app, you can go to the main page and then you can click on Future Plans on the main menu. When you click on View Room Details, you can scroll all the way to the bottom and it will show you your resort hotel address. So just hold your finger on that. You can copy it and then slide on over to Amazon to add it to your address book. We're gonna go ahead and paste it in there. And on the name portion, I always like to do hyphen and then guest in all caps. So I'm gonna go ahead and add address. And for privacy reasons, obviously the screen is gonna pop on and off, or it might be edited or cut to get our private information off the screen. Of course, there's some crazies out there. So we're going to go to Amazon Fresh now that we have our resort address in the address book, and or if you're staying off property, like I said, that address needs to be added to your address book of Amazon. When you are on Amazon Fresh, make sure that at the very, very top, it says your resort's address before you start adding your goodies into your cart. Reason being is depending on where you live and or what resort you're at, they use different distribution centers. So what one distribution center might have in stock, another one might not be in stock. So maybe last time we stayed at the beach club, in which we did, that particular resort might be sourcing from a different distribution center. So they could possibly have this brand of water, and then we're staying at the Pop this time. Well, maybe the Pop is using a different distribution center and they don't have that type of water. So make sure at the end of the day, again, make sure that it's the right address, because I've also made an oopsie before and I was staying at, I think at that time we were staying at Coronado, and the time before that I had accidentally placed a Port Orleans grocery order and it got delivered to there, blah, blah, blah. Hot Mess Express. Make sure that the right address is in there. But let's go ahead and start adding some of our groceries. And I'll show you some of my favorite groceries. Again, this is going to be a little short trip, so it's not going to be very long, but I really want to make sure that the necessities are in here. Necessity number one for us is water. I cannot stand buying water at Disney World. It is so expensive. I cannot stand it. So we're going to do bottled water, and I'm going to do a gallon of water. We are bringing our own stainless steel water bottles, and I like to fill those up before we go into the parks and put them like in our little stroller caddies. So whichever you prefer, I prefer both. We like to use our water bottles and our gallons. Nonetheless, you can see on there that I've got one in each cart, and I don't know, oh yeah, down here, it says purchased May 2022, so I don't really like that water, and I don't like the lid either. But anyway, you can see your previous stuff that you've ordered that maybe you have liked, or if you have the privilege of ordering Amazon Fresh at your own home, then you'll see all your favorite goodies there. So water is number one priority. Second priority, caffeine. So I think that I have actually cram-packed our trip, but also at the same time, we have 2 Christmas parties, and then one of the days I believe we're going to rope drop Epcot. So Christmas parties end at midnight, and we're going to rope drop one of the mornings. I'm in over my head. We'll be fine. But caffeine always helps. So I'm going to add some caffeine to this. Honestly, right now, I'm kind of drawing a blank of what I really want to order, because it is such a short trip and it's kind of throwing a wrench into my thought process, because we're going to get there, we're going to stay in 2 full days, and then we're flying back like of the evening of the 3rd day. But this is a really great example of some of our favorite things and some things that we have ordered in the past to kind of give you an idea. Now, these little muffins, they are fantastic on your way out of the door. Let's say that you're not going to necessarily grab breakfast at your resort. Maybe your kiddo wants a muffin and a banana on their way out. They can eat it on the bus or whatever transportation that you're doing. So we'll add bananas and muffins to that. Annie loves the body armor. It looks like it's not available, so we'll click on see similar. I really don't like Gatorade, but we'll come back to that. Chips are always an easy, hey, that's cheaper. We'll go down to here. And then there's salads that have been really, really nice to come back to the resort and just have a fresh salad. She loves these smoothies that we can grab. But yeah, here's some things that we have grabbed in the past. Resorts are not all resorts are stocked with microwaves, so be careful in choosing that. In addition, not all resorts have like a full-on refrigerator, so be cautious of that. Some of them, like the room that we're staying in this time, it will have a beverage cooler. So they say that the coldness is different. I've never had an issue because I don't really buy full on groceries. Even when we've stayed in a 1-bedroom villa or like a studio where it did have a full kitchen. Nonetheless, this is some of the options that we have bought in the past. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to add. So I'm not going to really add anything else, but if I do decide to add something later, I can edit this order up until they start fulfilling the order. So that is an option. In addition, you can also start making your order 2 days out. So I will show you in a second on when I'm choosing my date and my time of delivery. So you can do it out 2 days. I'm doing it less than 24 hours. Kind of don't recommend that, but I do have some wiggle room if I think of something later on tonight that I need to add, that it should be in time that I can add on to that. The other thing about having this list being so short, and I'll show you everything that I'm packing into our snack bag, I come pretty prepared, and we'll probably run to Kroger tonight and you can come along with us, of grabbing some of Annie's favorite snacks, some things that are shelf stable. So I'll pack a snack bag that's pretty nice and it will sustain us even on our longer trips, like 7-day trips. That whole snack bag is really nice in size. It's compact but big enough to carry some really good snacks, and it typically sustains us like for a week's worth of trips. So it will be fine. We will not be snackless, but we, at worst comes to worst, we can always grab at Disney. This is just a budget saving tip from me that I feel like it's always just better just to order groceries. And if you do buy a lot, the delivery fee actually goes down too. So that's another thing to note. Another budget saving tip is something that I have done before, is bringing in a cooler into the parks with some turkey or some applesauce or cheese sticks and some juices, and we would just have a lunch provided by me at the park. So that was something that was budget friendly rather than just kind of grabbing stuff in the parks. Now, if you don't want to bring in a cooler, then you can just grab like a kid's meal. So I can have a kid's meal, Annie can have a kid's meal, or I'll grab a large meal and we'll just share it. So that could be another way that you could save money. But we're always saving money with our water and having that water delivered to the room, because I want to say it's like $4 or $5 for one Dasani bottle. That is insane to me. Now, they say that water is free, but I'm one of those weirdos that can smell and taste water that's not been purified. So if you're that kind of person and you're like me, have your water delivered. If you don't care, then you can always go to specific stations and you can fill up your cups or get a cup for free. I was getting ready to check out and I was like, you know what, everybody knows how to check out. But I definitely wanted to show you guys how to specifically choose when this is going to be delivered. It goes back to me saying like you could do this 2 days out. So right here, it says that you can see more delivery and pickup options. So I clicked on that. And then I'm going to click on tomorrow. So it goes back to that 2 day. You can click on February 8th because today is the 6th. But I need it tomorrow. So we can do, we're not flying out until late. So it's okay if it's going to be late. So we can have it delivered from 6 to 8 p.m. Push continue, and we are good to go. And if you want to look at your substitutions, like my energy drink, I only want orange. I don't want like some weird like other flavor. So you can choose some substitutions if you're particular about that, or if you don't care, you can leave it just like that, or no substitution. So whichever one you want to do with, and then I'm just going to place my order and it should be delivered to me. And again, if I think of something later on tonight and I need to add something, then I can do that up until the time that they are actually fulfilling the order. And my guess with the way that things have gone in the past, they probably won't start fulfilling that order until maybe late morning tomorrow. So whenever we get there early, typically I'm getting like an email like 3 a.m. that, you know, the order has already been starting to process. And then whenever your groceries are delivered to your resort, they do keep your items cool. So don't worry about that. Let's talk about transportation to and from the airport. Now, if I'm going to get stressed out about something, it's going to be the transportation to and from the airport. Like that one just always gets me. I don't know why, because I feel confident in who we have been going with recently. But it's just like that, oh my God, is somebody going to be there to help me? And am I going to be stranded with my 4-year-old? Blah, blah, blah. You know, like mom anxiety. It's the real thing. Talking about mom anxiety, look at my house and I'm getting ready to go on vacation tomorrow. Real life. And this is not a clean with me. If you want to clean with me and Christmas decorations, go look at one of those after this video is over. But anyway, whether you're flying into MCO, which is Orlando International Airport, which is the largest and most closest airport to Walt Disney World, or you're flying into Sanford, which is who we're flying with, I've got the ticket for you with transportation. Now, we prefer private transportation, which also comes with a chauffeur, specifically because Annie and I are traveling on this trip by ourselves and Tyler's not coming with us. I really appreciate the help that is within a private transportation company and with a chauffeur. Now, it's super nice whenever Tyler's with us because like I feel like me and Annie are hands-free everything because Tyler and the chauffeur is handling it all. But nonetheless, we have been recently going with transportation by Mike, and I know a lot of my friends out there have also been going to transportation by Mike, and they've all loved that company as well. Also, shout out to Stella because she is the best chauffeur that we have had, hands down. Transportation by Mike is a luxury private transportation that will pick you up, black car service, help you with your luggage, get you going. You might have some snacks and water prepared for you in the car, and then they drop you off straight to your resort. The reason why we prefer private transportation is not only just the help, but we have done a charter bus before. And if you're doing a charter bus like through Mears, or there was like Sunshine Flyer, but they were bought out by Mears, I believe. So those have so many guests on them that they go to multiple resorts. So what could possibly be like an hour, 45 minutes, depending on traffic to get to your resort, it could easily turn into 3 hours, depending on where you are on the list of stops. That sounds horrible to me. When I go to Disney World, I want to go to my resort and unpack and get settled in and maybe go to a park that evening. That's what I want to do. It is more expensive to go with private transportation. So if you are on a budget, you might need to look in the prices to see if that's going to fit into your budget, or maybe you'll find that, you know, maybe it is worth the splurge. I'm not saying that charter buses are just terrible. I'm just very, very impatient, and I do have to work the private transportation into our budget because it simply just does make life easier and it gives us time back. So back to transportation by Mike. It is my favorite by far, and they do chauffeur us to MCO and to Disney World and additional to the Sanford Airport and to Disney Resort. So both airports in the Orlando area, you'll be taken care of in transportation by Mike. We've also used Mears charter. Like I said, we've used Mears private. It's okay. I've also used Away We Go, probably my least favorite. I'm super happy with transportation by Mike. In addition to, I feel like their car seats are a lot more updated. They're a lot more clean, and I've just been a lot happier with them. I think I cannot give you the exact amount because I don't remember, but I believe both ways from Sanford to our resort at Pop Century, I am almost positive it was like below $300. So nothing too crazy. So $150 both ways, considering that Sanford is like, I want to say 30 minutes out further than it would be going into MCO. We're flying Allegiant on this trip. So we either fly Allegiant or Delta. Delta will fly into MCO, but I do like a direct flight. So from our airport, LAX in Lexington, Kentucky, the only direct flight that is option for us is Allegiant. But nonetheless, I like Allegiant as well. But nonetheless, again, transportation by Mike, they're my favorites. If you do go with them, make sure that you put my name in How Did You Hear About Us, because it does help me out a ton.
Find the time to sleep. Yeah, spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start.
I've started packing, and While I'm packing, of course, I'm checking the weather just for some finalizations. I had checked previously just to see, like, is it going to be cold? Is it going to rain? Like, there is a hurricane in the talk, blah, blah, blah. So now that I'm packing, I am making some finalizations, and there's no other season that is more confusing than Florida going into the winter. It could be really, really hot one day and you're sweating, and then the next day you're freezing. So from this point forward, in my personal experience, from this point forward, I'm just confused. So it's always important, especially when you're going to Disney World in the late fall, winter months, all the way through January, that you check your weather quite a bit. So last year we were in January and we got the cold front and I was freezing. This trip here in the early November is kind of going to be in the 80s. So let's start and looking at Lexington, where we are, the general area. That's where we're flying out of. So I want to make sure that my flight is going to be okay. That's the important part. So we're flying out tomorrow, which is the 7th, and it looks like it's going to be 67 degrees. We are flying in the evening, so maybe we'll be safe and maybe we'll be okay. And then flying back home on the 10th, which is raining again. I'm the worst flyer ever. Like, I have the worst luck. Anyway, so it's going to be another evening flight. So that rain popped up on there in the last 12 hours. But let's pop on over to Lake Buena Vista. So like I said, there's rain in the forecast because there's a hurricane that's nearby that's about to hit Louisiana, unfortunately. So today, I believe they said it's hitting Cuba. So tomorrow, we are flying out in Lake Buena Vista. It looks like it's going to be calmed down by the evening time, so hopefully no delays. And then from a packing standpoint, like, what are we looking at? So it looks like the highs are at 87 and then the lows are 69 to 72. That's pretty nice. So I wouldn't consider like spending too much of our space in the luggage of like very, very thick things. Maybe an idea would be potentially flying with a blue jean jacket tomorrow, just as a layering piece that I could use throughout the entire week that I don't have to put in my check-in to take up from that weight perspective. So we'll see about that. I might throw in a sweatshirt just to throw on while we're down there. But worst comes to worst, we can buy a sweatshirt, which we probably will anyway because it's Christmas and I need a new Spirit jersey and all the Disney Christmas merch. But anyway, so looks like on the 8th, which is the Very Merry Christmas Party, that evening, let's see, fingers crossed, it's going to clear out that day. We do plan on rope dropping Epcot that morning. And then the 9th is Jollywood that evening. That Saturday morning, I think we're going to go to Disney Springs, take a slow morning sleep in because of the Very Merry Christmas Party being done at midnight. So we might go to Disney Springs for lunch, maybe the Boathouse. That's a fan favorite in our house. And so for Jollywood, again, looks like it's going to clear up by the evening. So that's great luck. And then we fly out on the 10th. So going back to the Lexington one, flying home to 67 and a low of 54. So this is where I probably need to be also very thoughtful in what I'm flying back to. Again, maybe some pants and some sweatshirts, or back to that blue jean jacket that we don't have to pack up.
Snowflakes as they're falling down and follow route or fall across the town.
It's officially 24 hours until the departure of our flight, which means that we can check in for our flight. So I'm going to put that up on the screen for you. And we, again, are flying Allegiant. So I'm going to go ahead and tap here to check in. And it is, of course, Annie and I, and we're going to check in. So this is just a nice little reminder of how many bags that I have paid for. So I paid for one check-in, so I've got to fit all of our stuff into one check-in. And then of course we can both bring a personal item, to which I have an amazing personal item that is very large, fits the dimensions, and very, very easy to use. So we'll go ahead and check in are selected, and then check in again, check in with no changes, yes, check in, accept and check in. So many questions. And then view boarding passes. So with this particular airline and some other budget airlines, they actually charge you an additional fee if you want a paper boarding pass. My preference is just electronic boarding passes, whether I'm flying Allegiant or Delta or another airline. Like, I just want the electronic regardless. And if Tyler is typically traveling with us, I'll get him squared away with all the electronic too, just in case like my hands are full or, you know, whatever a situation could be. But I'm gonna go ahead and just add these to my Apple Wallet. So I just like the backup. I don't know. I never really even use the Apple Wallet, but it never hurts to add it to my wallet. And we are good to go after I add Annie's over to my Apple Wallet as well. And we are officially checked in. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all my personal bag because it is truly amazing. This is my personal bag. It's all unzipped because I just am terrible at zipping things back up. But this is my personal bag. This does fit the dimensions of airlines. And I know it seems really, really large, but it fits dimensions. It gets really, really thick. And this is the best carry-on or personal bag, underline. This is the best personal bag that I have used. So I'm gonna take some of our clothes out of here so it's not too heavy on me. And then in this personal bag, I will probably put my like portable external hard drive and my laptop. That way I can possibly edit on the trip or on the airplane, because I do have to edit those parties so I can get those to you guys. So again, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you know when all the content for Christmas at Disney World is uploaded, specifically those parties. It's gonna be amazing. Another major tip that I do is I actually pack a second one of these in our check-in, because whenever we go down to Disney World, we do some shopping. So sometimes we just have to put our stuff in the check-in. This time it's gonna be a little bit too close for comfort for that 50 pounds. So whenever I can bring this out with us and put a lot more stuff, maybe those clothes, those Spirit jerseys that we're buying at Disney World, put them in here and come back for free, because we don't have to pay for the extra weight. We don't have to pay for an extra bag. It's just in this personal item. While I was in my personal bag, I did see my airplane pocket. I do not fly anywhere without this guy. Annie has one that's very similar to it, but just like kid friendly. But this guy is amazing. And if you follow me on any of my travel days or you've watched any of those, you'll see how convenient it truly is whenever you are flying. You can just put this around the tray, it comes down, and then you can put your drink in here, your phone in here, just anything that your kid gives you that they're in the middle of playing with. And it's super, super easy. So as soon as I get to my seat, I'll pull this guy out and just kind of get set up. I'll put hers on hers so that she can hold all of her crayons and coloring books, her iPad, all the things. This is also another super big hack that's gonna make life and mom life easier when traveling with your kiddos. I just finished up a packing, like semi-packing, but thankfully we have a later-ish flight tomorrow. So I'll be able to finish my to-do list in the morning, because I'm like stressed to the max for whatever reason, probably because I continue to wait last minute for everything and my house is a mess and we're gonna have to clean up too. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning, it is Disney Day and I'm getting ready. It's already been an eventful morning because I just woke up with the stress and anxiety of the part where I hate packing. Like, we did our pack with me yesterday and I was like, okay, I've just got one check-in, and that is just so stressful to me. I am your overpacker, unfortunately. And so it's always a challenge to me every time I'm packing up or the day of a travel day that I have to come under a weight limit. And I'm always booking with one check-in, like, oh, like, you can have a really good challenge and you can do it. And then it just adds so much stress to my life with trying to, you know, fit everything in, and then like trying to make cuts that, like, do I really like need this or not? Or like what happens, like the mom anxiety in me of what's to come, and I just need to be there prepared. Not saying that like Disney would not, help or fill the gaps or whatever, but the moms out there that struggle with mom anxiety and like making sure that we are meeting all the needs of every scenario that goes through our brain, you feel me? So I had already checked in, like I showed you guys yesterday, and I was not able to go back in to add an additional bag for Annie. So then I had to call Allegiant. They're really, really busy today, I guess every day, but they had to take me out of my check-in, like cancel my check-in, and then add a checked bag for Annie. So got that squared away, and I already already feel better because I don't have to fight the 50-pound checked luggage. In addition, it's just Annie and I, so I was going to have to bring 2 large personal items, into which I just don't feel like we're effective as we are with our backpacks, or just one personal bag. I do use my personal bag, but Annie just having her own little backpack. So that is the route that we have went so far today. So right now I'm just going to finish getting ready and then going to make some finalizations for packing. And this is the best part about the packing for toiletries. I also hate packing toiletries because I feel like I'm always going to forget something. But that's why I always take a shower of my travel day. So as I'm getting ready, everything that I'm using, I'm just going ahead and packing it away on my shower curtain. I've got our packing cube full of our goodies, and I can just go ahead and just put everything in there and I don't forget a thing.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to Disney World.
Yeah. Okay. And what are you going to show all of our friends today? What are we gonna do?
We're going to pack our backpack up.
We're gonna pack our backpack up for the plane?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So this is your backpack. Where is your backpack from?
Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah, Mommy and Daddy got you a Stony Clover backpack, right? And then what do we have attached to it?
My hand sanitizer.
Your hand sanitizer, your Touchland hand sanitizer. Mommy got you a new case to go on it, didn't I? Yep. Okay. So
first thing you already put.
We gotta show your friends. So what is this? So Mommy got this from Target. So Annie loves those mystery things, right?
Yeah. I hope I get Rapunzel.
Yeah. Okay. So before we put that in the bag, do you want to show them this? What do we do with this?
We put our toys in there.
Yes, and it keeps all of our toys on the plane in one area, right? So it doesn't go all over the place. Okay. So what other toys do you want to take with you today? Okay. And you got this guy. Do you want to show your friends? Some reusable coloring pages.
I think we want to use this.
Oh, we can pack this in our main. We got these from the Dollar Tree, so we can wear these.
These glow sticks.
Yeah, we'll put these in the main luggage. We got this necklace thing from the Dollar Tree and the glow sticks from the Dollar Tree for the night parties, the Christmas parties. So we're gonna put this in your toy box. Okay. Okay, and then you got that little squishy, the Donald Duck. Where did you get that?
From the Dollar Tree.
The Dollar Tree. Okay, you want to put that in there? Okay, anything else you want to put in your toy box for the plane?
Yes.
Okay, so let's zip this up. Okay, and we'll put this in your backpack, right? Mommy, maybe whenever we go to Kroger for snacks, we'll get a little bit more toys since you played with all the toys from the Dollar Tree yesterday. They didn't last, did they? No.
Could I put the poopy butt crack one and the strawberry one?
Yeah, she got little poopy squishies, didn't you?
And strawberry one.
And a strawberry one. Yep. Okay, what else?
Me and Daddy was putting cats together.
Yeah, you were. Okay, so what else are we putting in?
I'm taking my camera.
You have your own vlogging camera, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I can take pictures or play games.
Yeah, okay.
My iPad.
Your iPad in there.
Because I always want to play my games.
Yeah, she always likes to play her games, so we have games downloaded to her iPad because on an Allegiant flight, you don't have internet And also, I like this guy because whenever we're on the plane, I can put this down the back seat like brace or like the things that holds the brochures.
And I got these earrings. Look.
The ears, yeah. Nice. And this will hold her iPad up for her. And then also on Disney Plus, you can download some of their favorite shows. We do the bluey ones because they're short. I think there's like some Spidey Friends too. And that way she can watch some shows on here without internet as well. And then we're bringing your headphones, right?
Yes, because I always want to bring my headphones.
You always want to bring your headphones. And then we'll go to Kroger, finish up your snack bag. And I like to put a few snacks in Annie's bag, like one of each or one of her favorites. That way she has the autonomy to get in her own bag.
I love Pringles.
Yep, she likes Pringles. That way she can get in her own bag, get her own snacks when she wants to. And then I'll show you what I put into my travel backpack, or I guess I'm using my personal bag and my fanny pack. And we'll talk about that a little bit later or on the travel vlog. Okay, anything else you want to tell all of our friends?
Yes. I want to take one of my Barbies.
Put one of them in your backpack. Is that the ones that you're going to take? We forgot one thing.
What?
Your Uno cards. You don't play Uno on the plate?
Yep.
Yep, these are the Barbies that she chose. Naked, Eric, and another girl that we got in an Aurora dress. She's redressed her. This is her airplane pocket that we always bring as well. And this guy will fold up. So whenever we're playing with like her magnetic tiles or playing Uno or whatever she wants, this creates like an edge so things don't fall off as easy. So it's really, really nice. We've built towers with the magnetic tiles and they did not go everywhere even when we crashed them. And you can keep the things like in here, or if they want to put like a little fire tablet or whatever those are, like by Amazon, I think they fit in here. Annie's case would not allow it to fit in here, but we've figured out another way, another solution to prop that up. A little secret pocket in here. So we'll put this in her bag as well. And I really do want to find those Uno cards and the magnetic tiles, even though she says she doesn't need them. It's because she doesn't want to go look for them. That's the key. So we're going to find those and we're going to put them in this bag, as well as going to Kroger to get more snacks.
It's to the mistletoe. Tell me.
Oh, can you get one that we can share? That, because I don't like that kind. Can you get the red kind?
That you're missing. I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true.
A few things left on the to-do list before we head out to Disney World. I have checked my party tickets to make sure that they were loaded to my phone, just to make sure when I bought them, they pretty much showed up immediately because it was all linked to my email, but I do want to make sure. So on the main screen of the My Disney Experience app, you can click the My Tickets and Passes. And when you click that, your tickets, all of your tickets will show up. So our annual passes are on there and both Christmas tickets. So the Very Merry Christmas Party and the Jollywood for both Annie and I. So we're good to go on that. Now that our Magic Bands have charged overnight, they are good to go, fully green. I want to make sure that our Magic Bands are updated. So sometimes they require an update, and we typically go to Disney World like every 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes there's an update, sometimes they're not, but I always like to get in the habit of doing that. I would imagine that there is an update this time because there's Christmas parties and there's been additional, like, I guess, special event things that happen on our Magic Bands, like the lighting different, and it's going to link up to the different shows, etc. So we're going to go ahead and update our Magic Bands. So on the My Disney Experience app, I will put it up on the screen. We're going to be on the main page. We're going to scroll down and then we're going to click on Magic Bands and Cards. You'll see my Magic Band and Annie's Magic Band because she is under the age of 10. I do manage her goodies. And then whenever Tyler's with us, I'll just simply just get on his My Disney Experience app and add his. So we're going to click on mine. And as you can see, I'm gonna like block out some of this stuff so you don't get like hack into my Magic Band because there's crazies out there. But it does say that it is charging, that it is paired, and you'll see right there the Magic Band Plus updates that there is one available. So I'm gonna go ahead and update that, download and install, and it's gonna go ahead and start the process, which is fantastic, like I figured, and I'll do that with Annie's as well. So it never hurts to triple check, regardless if it's charged. Again, if it's charged or updated, it's still gonna work. It's just the specialness of the Magic Band Pluses that you just gotta update for the lights and the vibrations and all the things. Now back to that snack bag portion that I was talking to you guys about. This is my snack bag, which I absolutely love, and you can see that it is fantastic in dimension, but it's gonna be able to go into your personal item or your backpack. I've done both. Fairly easy, but it also helps save money when you are at Disney World, and it keeps you from having to get so many snacks. And then also if you bought a bunch of snacks there and you didn't eat them, then this is also something that you can bring all of those home in. So highly recommend getting a snack bag, specifically like this size, because it continues to work for us. And also whenever we are like going to church or an event, something like that, I always have this packed up for us, full of goodies, but we're gonna pack it up with all of the goodies that we bought at Kroger and make sure that we have enough. These in there?
I know you like these, Mom.
I do like those. Okay, you want some of those?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on.
Not all of them. All right. Before I get started on what's going into my travel bag, I did buy a $500 gift card at Kroger and then had like the coupon clipped where I could get 4 times the fuel points. That's one way that I can save money because I do drive 30 minutes to and from work. So that saves me money in gas, and everybody, like, who does not want to save money in gas? But nonetheless, so I bought a $500 gift card. I do have some gift cards left over from our previous trip. So I'm just gonna go to disneygiftcard.com and I'm going to upload my new gift card and then simply just kind of move all of the funds to one gift card. This allows you to not have to bring like 10 gift cards. You're just gonna have that one, and it makes things so much easier. First things first, what goes into my jumbo fanny pack from Stony Clover? Well, let me tell you. So of course, we want to put in our monies. So I put all of my cards in this little guy. I feel like it's a lot easier to be able to maneuver through the parks, and I can put it in my fanny pack. And it's done me well. I can put my annual pass right here, and then all of my nice little cards right here. So I'll put that in my fanny. I do carry our passport holder, and this is how Annie and I fly down to Florida. Kentucky is a real state ID place. It was just easier and cheaper to just keep our passports, so we didn't have to spend the extra money on the real ID, so we got the cheaper version. And that way also Annie has a form of identification whenever we are flying places. Better safe than sorry. I do get a bunch of questions for kids that don't have passports, or like, how are you going to identify? So I would suggest making a photocopy of their birth certificate and always bringing a photocopy of that with you. Whenever Annie was really small and we didn't have the passport, maybe once somebody asked to see the birth certificate. All the other times they didn't, but I don't think that it is a thing that you should just like bypass, because you can never be too careful. Next thing that I'm putting in my fanny pack, and that's just because of me, it's going to be my camera holder, my stand. The camera's on another stand right now. And then I'll also have a reusable Ziploc baggie with like my extra SD cards, my extra batteries, my extra cords for my boom mic, all the things that I might need for the vlogging and the YouTube. So all that will go with me. Now, I know I've mentioned earlier that we have to have a personal bag, and this is not counting my personal bag. So I can go through the airport, through TSA with my fanny pack and my personal bag that I'll show you in a second. But I just will stuff this into my personal bag before we're boarding the plane. They do check to see how many bags you have when you're boarding. And then whenever I'm getting off the plane, I'll just take this off. Like, they're not counting it at that point. So just as long as you're boarding and this is inside your personal bag or your carry-on, they will not count it. Besides my electronics and my MacBook that's gonna go in my personal bag, I also will bring some things that are gonna occupy Annie as well. This is my personal bag. Yes, it does fall within the dimensions of the personal bag for Allegiant and Budget Airlines. And so what I've already put in here is my airplane pocket. This makes mom life and flying so much easier. I also carry this guy with me. So I wear contacts, but I also wear my glasses at night. So this guy holds my glasses, and then in the bottom of it, it holds my tweezers and some like extra contact solution. Looks like there's been a child in here, but I know exactly where it is. I think it's actually packed in one of the packing cubes. But nonetheless, let me show you this other little gadget that I love as well. So if you are a contact user, you need these two items, the glasses case and this. This is another little compact thing with the contact case and then contact solution, and it has a little mirror in it. This comes in like a 2-pack, so like a white and a black. I keep one in one of my personal bags, and then I keep a black one just in the other personal bag if I'm bringing both. I don't have to look around and try to find something whenever I can't see. Sunglasses. And I got these little sticker activity sets. They're going to be in my bag, but this one, it's got like a princess on it, and then you can make her faces. That's fun. She's had that of like the Disney characters before. And then this one is similar, but you make your own ice cream cone, which I thought that was really neat. Of course, I'm just going to bring some coloring books along with us and some crayons, just a bag of crayons, just simple, easy. And then inside of here is like a little dry erase marker, and I'll show you why I have that in there. We are dabbling in homeschool right now. She's starting like a year early, so I'm not super serious, but we're just doing it for funsies. So I bought this beginner's Bible from Faith Gateway, I believe is the website. And when you open it up, you can see that we've kind of worked on it already, but you use the pen to trace the numbers, then write the number on your own. And then like, I love that it says like there is one Jesus, circle baby Jesus. And then like she had circled baby Jesus, and then there's one dove. And then she can practice with writing with letters, the number 1, and then it also has like these black dots. I don't know if you can see that, but I love that because it shows her where she should start and where she should end. Some of the other books that I've had for her, like it doesn't really color code that, so I really like that it does that. And then see lots of fish, circle the whale, so you got Jonah in there. So I love that it's Bible based. And then also will learn her numbers and, you know, just kind of being able to apply it in different ways. Like, here's Noah, oh, it's starting to rain, draw 5 raindrops. Like, I think it's so adorable. So that's what the dry erase marker is for. And then I figured it would be so fun, like practicing our schoolwork while we are at the Disney World. Maybe we'll go to the Hubgrass and practice our K's or something like that. But this does, you can see some of her work inside of here. And we're working on learning how to spell words. So any type of like drawing or anything of coloring that we can make this fun, even if you're not homeschooling. Like, what's wrong with, you know, bringing in some education or learning whenever you're traveling and just sitting there instead of maybe putting an iPad in front of her. Like, nothing against iPads, we bring it with us, but you know what I'm saying. This is just an alternative if she's kind of getting antsy, and we can kind of apply ourselves and work our brain in a different way. So I love this guy. I think I got this one at Walmart.
Running around, keeping people pleased, but this is my favorite holiday.
I almost forgot that I have to pack up my vitamins and my supplements, and I wanted to show you guys this guy. Instead of bringing all of the bottles, that's annoying. You can bring this compact guy, and kind of separate all the different kinds. You can label them, they come with labels, but I can kind of look at it and I'll just take everything same time. For size, like these are fish oil capsules, and then I'll just put all of my supplements in here so I can still continue my supplements when we're at Disney. The to-do list is done. We are ready to pack this up and head to Disney World. I am so hopeful that this video was very, very helpful in your preparation to go to Disney. If it was helpful at all, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for all the content that's coming up from this upcoming trip to Disney at Christmas. So excited for you guys to see it. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing